Alright everybody, we are back. My name is Zachary Evans and I am bringing you round 3 coverage of the Friday Night Magic Standard event from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. This is round 3 of 4 and we are moving at a brisk pace. Only 18 players tonight due to some inclement weather, the end of standard cycle, and tomorrow's impending pre-release. We also have some regional midnight pre-releases tonight that I think some people might be prepping for, although I think the snow is going to keep them away from those as well. So 18 players, 9 pairings. This is a matchup between 2 undefeated players, both players that you should be more than familiar with if you have if you've been watching the stream for any amount of time. On the left is Brett Rose. He is playing Esper tokens. Brett is our resident token pilot of choice. He has been playing tokens of some variant for a long time. He was playing junk tokens before the rotation, and now he is playing Esper tokens. We did just see Esper tokens in the previous match. JB Roberts was piloting, but this is a lot different build. Brett is running some main deck removal. He is playing, I think, Supreme Verdict. He is also playing some counter spells as well. I think he's playing some Syncopates. But it's the same kind of strategy. White token makers, Drogskull captains, favorable wins, and intangible virtues to pump them, and Sorens to back them up. Of course, you're going to see these guys play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors with the parody cards from Unglued. If you want to win your own playset of those, make sure you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. And Logan Cutlip is playing the same deck he plays every week to great success. He is playing green-white aggro. It is the fastest deck in the room tonight. I think they are boycotting. I think I heard them say that they are boycotting the rock, paper, scissors this week. So sometimes it happens. Not offensive in any means, but if you do want to win your own playset of those cards, go to our Facebook page for more information. Logan playing green-white, featuring Mana Dorks as well as Strangleroot guys. He is playing Champion of the not Champion of the Parish. He's playing Silverblade Paladins. He is playing Restoration Angels. He is playing Loxodon Smiters, Wolfear Silverhearts. The only cards in his deck that aren't well-costed aggressive creatures are Selesnya Charm and Rancor. And he tops it all off with Thalias to keep his opponent at bay. Thalia, actually, a turn 2 Thalia against Brett's token deck is kind of a backbreaker, so be interesting to see how this matchup goes, I should say, between these two decks. I apologize again, I am in here by myself tonight. Sparse crowd out there. No one was available for co-commentary, and obviously don't want to pull anybody away from the actual tournament for the sake of talking into this microphone sitting in a closet about these imaginary wizard fights. So hopefully we'll have some good magic for you. We've had some good magic so far tonight. You've listened to me complain about how I hate Bonfire of the Damned and the Miracle mechanic in general. But we gotta complain about something, right? So, every mana dork in Logan's deck comes down, so he has a potential of having 6 mana next turn, although he doesn't really care about that, because nothing in his deck costs more than 5, tops off with Wolfear Silverheart. So there's intangible virtue. Brett's deck does nothing on turn 1, and then tries to land an Anthem on turn 2, so he can play a token generator on turn 3, and put 4 power on the board. Four mana for, oh, I forgot, Sublime Archangels in this deck. That's probably what's coming down here. And now he's going to attack with that Arbor Elf for 1, 2, 3, 4, make it 5. No, he's not. He's just going to, oh, even better. 7 total damage, it looks like. 7 damage. Pretty brutal. Logan is hellbent now, though. So Brett, I should say, is going to need to find and answer pretty quick. See if he's playing Detention Sphere or O-Ring. Can't remember if he is or not. Well, there's your answer. Speak of the devil. Detention Sphere. Brett not out of the woods yet, as Logan still has 5 power on board. 3-turn clock, but it was a 2-turn clock with the Angel. Question again about choppy video in the chat. I really don't know what's going on, guys. My connection is pretty stable and pretty high as far as rate goes. So we've had much better quality in weeks past with much less signal. So I don't know exactly what's going on. So Brett's playing Eyes in the Skies. That makes a 1/1 flying bird token and populates. He basically plays these as the 9th and 10th copies of what am I trying to say? You know, he plays the full complement of Midnight Hauntings and Lingering Souls, and the Midnight, or the Ice in the Skies, basically serve as additional copies of those. But Brett is going to take 6 down. He's going to take 2 down to 6, I should say. And he's once again dead on board unless he comes up with Supreme Verdict or some kind of token generator. But since his deck is filled with them, it's probably likely that he's going to come up with something. Snapcat. Oh, Intangible Virtue. Going to swing in for 3. That is the benefit of Intangible Virtue. It does grant your tokens vigilance, so you can get incremental damage in without dying to the crackback. Logan does have a Gavity Township as well, so he can leave one of those guys back and load up on his dudes. But kind of an embarrassment of riches on his side. Jordan serving in, or Logan serving in with everybody. Midnight Haunting, going to make 6 power of guys. So we're going to eat the Strangle Root, probably double block the Smiter, and take 4 from the Arbor Elves once Logan inevitably activates his Gavity Township. That is in fact the play. So he's going to take 4. Drops Brett down to 2. Remember, Logan is playing Rancors, so he can potentially burn through the blockers should Brett come up with it. So 2/2/2 Arbor Elves on board. Brett with 1 3/3 Flying Vigilant Spirit token. I'm going to serve in for 3. Alright, and in trying to fix the quality of the video, since we were getting some complaints about it, I have somehow managed to completely drop the stream. How'd you win, Brett? Just like Lingering Souls or something?
All the token.
Alright, everyone. Hopefully we should be back. I apologize. I apologize for those of you watching live, as we did miss the end of Game 1. I apologize for those of you watching on YouTube after the fact, because it is going to be piecemeal and segmented there, but I tried. There's a lot of complaints in the chat about the quality of the stream, and in trying to fix that, upset my computer in some way, and it did crash my broadcasting software. So we did in fact miss the end of Game 1. For the benefit of those of you who were watching earlier, Brett was able to stabilize with token generators, and Logan could not draw enough heat off the top, and Logan and Brett ended up taking that game with his multiple anthem effects. So we moved to Game 2 with Logan on the play. We've lost basically everyone that was watching, which is always a real peach for me. You're good whenever, guys. It is, here's the difference between the other streams you watch online, in terms of the Magic Pro Tour and Star City games, and this nonsense, is that it's me, one guy, with equipment I've bought at retail outlets, doing the best I can with what I have. And then those affairs have professional production grade equipment and about 5 or 6 person coverage teams, if not more. So that is why it's a bit of a struggle sometimes. I still, for the life of me, do not know why there's choppiness in the stream, as we have plenty of signal here. We are hardwired in. I did run that cable several weeks ago, so I honestly just don't know what to tell you guys. So if it is unwatchable, I apologize, and maybe we can get you another time. But hopefully things are better. I don't really know what is different about now versus before it crashed, but it is what it is. So it looks like that issue has been sorted. Again, I apologize for missing the end of round 1. It was a very unfortunate time. I should have waited till the break in the game before I did anything. But let's see what's going on here in Game 2. Logan leading off with a Mana Dork, followed by a Thalia and another Mana Dork. This is obviously a great start for him. That turn 2 Thalia really puts Brett's token deck. I cannot say Brett's name, pronounce it for the life of me tonight, but really puts Brett's token deck in a bit of a pinch, since most of his deck is spells. I think he plays 2 Snapcaster Mages, and other than that, I'm not sure if he has any creature spells in the deck. So, following up on turn 3 with a Loxodon Smiter and a Rancor, paying the extra 1 for Thalia's tax. And now I've called him Brent, Breck, and Brat tonight. It's just not meant to be. Player A draws his card. His out to this situation is a Detention Sphere, which was going to cost 4, and Supreme Verdict, which is going to cost 5. So he's just going to try and hope that he can get to 4 mana without dying. But that 6/4 trampling Loxodon Smiter is going to be a bear. We're tapping 5, untapping Wolfear Silverheart paired with the Smiter. It's going to attack for 10 trampling damage. 2 more from the Thalia and 1 more drops him all the way down to 7. kind of a good turn. Now Brett is drawing absolutely dead because the smiter itself, because of trample, is enough to be lethal. Um, the only out he has here is a token generator or a D-sphere, and none of those will solve the problem at hand. So that is the power of Logan's deck. Soulbond creatures like Wolfrey Silverheart and Silverblade Paladin are very aggressive and very tough to deal with.
Game was tough.
Garrett, how are you doing tonight, Garrett?
1-2. Just got beat by my own deck.
By Adam Vickers playing your bug list, bug control that you were going to play tonight, but could not do it.
Good guy, Garrett.
Here we see.
Wild Mikado? No, that's a Wolfrey. Looks like a Wild Mikado.
I like Wild Mikado in this format. So Logan giving his Lockstone Slider Pro White before attacks. If any of you have watched in the last 3 weeks, you'll know that Logan struggles very much with protection as a mechanic, and has at least twice on camera messed up the way protection works. That time he did get it correct in that he gave his creature protection before it was blocked. However, you can do that in response to Midnight Haunting, so not necessarily a need to do that there. But he won, and there's no point for me to really point it out, except for the fact that inevitably someone in the YouTube comments. Once again this week I got another complaint from like November or something. Had you also commented in that?
No. Turn 17 of Game 3, the player tapped a swamp, and yeah.
There was one that someone corrected from last week that was an honest to goodness rules thing that I missed. That for whatever reason I must have been doing something behind the scenes or looked at the chat or something. But
It was an untapped land?
No, it was a player using Purify the Grave to exile Lingering Souls, but what had happened is that because I wasn't watching carefully, he'd used the Purify the Grave in response to the casting Lingering Souls, which doesn't work like that.
Means it's on the stack,
yeah,
not in the graveyard.
yeah, but that is also one of those things where if you can't hear what they're saying out there, you don't necessarily know the sequence of plays, because there's also a Deathrite Shaman involved, and so I didn't know exactly what was going on, but
can Green White Aggro beat Control? Yeah, it can. You just gotta grind through some games sometimes.
Well, we're having some monumental technical difficulties tonight, Garrett.
What?
I know. Apparently the stream is very choppy, and in trying to fix it earlier,
That's how we're all moving tonight.
Straight crashed it. Yes, we're all moving at a pixelated gait.
We pause for about 5 seconds, and then snap our arms up.
Well, the thing that people don't realize is that basically everyone who's here playing Magic, we split our time between imaginary wizard fights as a hobby. The other half of our disposable time is pop and lock dance routine.
Yeah.
So that's what we're just bringing both.
It's not pop and flop, Zach.
Pop and flops.
Pop and lock.
Yeah. Worlds are colliding tonight as we. It was frustrating because while I did crash the stream, had to restart it. We went down from our usual 120, 132, 60. So inevitably happens. Hopefully tonight they play out the. Well, we can't because it'll be like Logan and Alec, and they never play it out.
Right.
We've given them a hard time before that if they can.
Wait,
whoa! How the heck does Logan have one unhinged planes and I not have it? I'm going to have to talk to that man.
He borrowed it from Jesus, I don't know.
So, turn 1, Mana Dork, turn 2, Thalia, Brett cycling Azorius Charm in response to Thalia, so no one give me grief about him not paying 3 for the Azorius Charm. Drogskull Cat, that I did stand corrected. Brett is playing 6 creatures in his deck, 2 Snapcasters, and the Drogskull Captains.
He's not hexproof yet. Get him, Logan. No, he doesn't care.
Would you pair it with Thalia?
You already have first strike? Or would you give it to the Avacyn Pilgrim to offer the trade for the soon-to-be hexproof Lord, which you cannot even interact with to begin with?
Well, Brett's I don't know how many Supreme Verdicts Brett has after sideboarding, but he has a number of them.
Right.
So...
this is all I would play if I was Logan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Brett have it? Well, he has a D sphere.
If he has it, he has to pay 1 extra, so it'll be next turn.
Yeah, good point. I'm bad at Magic.
I play Thalia.
I play Thalia in Legacy in a deck that's probably not good anymore.
It's good. People just
want
to play something else.
Legacy is just what have you done for me lately kind of thing.
Yeah, really.
It's whatever's chic.
I mean, people say Wasteland is devalued by Deathray Shaman and Rug Delvers at all the top tables. So obviously they are correct.
It's a good point. Legacy is very much cyclical. Midnight Haunting?
Midnight Haunting. I heard you say it, and then I heard Brett say it.
So what do you double block here? Thalia?
I mean, they all have first strike, so nothing's going to die.
Well, they have the Lord is pumping.
Right.
So he double blocks the Thalia, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, so they're 2/2s.
That makes all of his creatures, makes all of his spells much easier to cast.
Yeah, it makes his Lingering Souls, 5 instead of 7.
Yeah, that turn, well, you know this, and I think we've actually played 2 of your decks together where this came into play. That turn 2 Thalia against the token stack is just brutal.
Yes.
It's back-breaking.
Yes. I mean, Black-White, ooh, what is this?
Restoration Angel in response.
So it's going to enter the battlefield while they're still in combat, so he can still repair, probably with the Angel, and still get in 4 damage this turn.
He can repair it with the Thalia. He can't repair it with the Angel.
He can repair it with the Angel.
No, because when it comes into play...
What are you talking about?
When the Restoration Angel comes into play...
Oh, yeah, then the enter the battlefield trigger goes on the stack. You're correct.
Yeah. But he can do that. He can't repair it, which I assume he does. Unless he has, like, a Silverheart he's going to play next turn. Verdict? Yup.
Verdict.
Like, how... At this point, like... Now I would love to see, like, the statistical breakdown of how likely it is for Logan to win this game from this position now. And I guess that's why he was thinking about the Restoration Angel. It's like, do I overload the board and save my Thalia, or...
Right, well, you got to think that Brett's making that play and, throwing away a card because he might not have it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He needs Thalia off the table. I think he would do that even regardless of...
He had a backup Silver Blade.
It's an embarrassment of riches, but not paired with anything. And but I'm struggling tonight. Tonight I've called Brat both Brat and
Chocolate pancakes.
No. I apologize for the glare. I can't. Brett and I spent about 10 minutes walking around this room tonight trying to figure out where that glare is coming from. I have no idea.
Because it's probably not in this room. It's probably in the room back there.
No, but I mean, like, I tried every light, and I couldn't find... The only way I could get rid of that glare is if I put something up, like...
Turn the lights out.
Basically, if Brett held a piece of cardboard in his lap, that was, like, right next to
Get the umbrellas. Get the rainbow umbrellas, like the Walk the Plains guy.
Nathan Holt, yeah.
Are you talking about that picture?
Where it's the pastel umbrellas.
Gotta do something about glare.
So we Oblivioning the Detention Sphere. That's a legal interaction. Play an Arbor Elf pair, swing 4, taste it.
So Brett is dead on board next turn, right?
Correct. And you can't have all the answers. This is how green-white aggro beats control. Like, you just don't run out all of your idiots. I mean, Logan did that game because it was questionable whether Brett had the supreme verdict. But you just, like, you have to draw the creatures, obviously, but, they will eventually run out of stuff to do. Until they play Sphinx of Revelation.
What's the question?
I have no idea.
Do you know what the question is?
Want me to find out?
Yeah,
I can get that.
I think they're asking JB, so maybe they can...
He's in the middle of a match. No.
Are they asking about how the fact that, like, O-Ring doesn't target, like, it comes into play, then it targets, and you can respond to both the spell and the trigger? Because there are some interesting things where you can, like, in response to the trigger, bounce, in response to the spell, like, get rid of the only thing that you have that it was targeting, and then they have to O-Ring something.
O-Ring something.
Because it's not a May.
It was whether the,
Arbor Elf gets Soulbond?
no, the Paladin had Summoning Sickness or not.
Oh, and it does, right.
Yes.
Lingering Souls, flashback.
We got it. Disconti. Not Descent, I know. He's Disconti. Disconti.
Evilbeard in the chat saying Maverick isn't very good right now.
Yeah, that's why he's Evilbeard.
I agree.
You play Maverick, he says it's not good. Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Beards. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best deck by far. It's the same way I don't think Esper Stoneblade is the best deck by far. It just has like good matchups against like a fair number of decks, and like a good player can sometimes grind out a game. A deck that plays 4 Wastelands is still pretty good.
You get a lot of free wins.
Yeah, and Deathrite Shaman still loses to 2 Jit removals, like.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So we
you have to
play in a flashback of a Lingering Souls, it seems.
Mm-hmm. So 1 card trades for 1 card, as all 4 tokens trade with the Silverblade Paladin. But to be fair, Logan piles on the pressure with an Absence Pilgrim.
Now he doesn't have a Gathering Township.
That's a 5-turn clock.
He doesn't have anything right here. He's empty-handed. Brett is in complete control of the game.
And he has a Sorin.
He has a Sorin. So
which will make a dude.
It's going to take a long time on this, but
Brett, of course, using his trademark Shapeshifter tokens, or as I incorrectly said one time on the stream, Shift Shaper tokens.
They are that creature type too.
This is,
Sublime.
Yep.
Swing with both. Oh, come on.
Hard to draw.
Attack with both. Come on, Logan.
Well, next turn Soren's dead if he can't do anything about it.
So he's choosing to swing at Soren there. Is there any reason why...
Doesn't matter. He's one-shot block anyway.
Yes.
You could swing at JB for all that matters.
Attack another player. Attack another player. Jonathan, how did you do?
I won.
So you're 2-1?
Yes.
What archetype did you play?
Did I play?
Against.
Play against. Green-white mid-range.
Hmm. Was that one of the gentlemen that has not played here before?
Yeah.
Do you know where those guys are from?
I think they're from West Side.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
When they said where they were from, did they throw up gang symbols?
Yes. And I flashed mine back and they backed down.
Because you're from Polka.
Actually, I did the pop and lock.
You did the pop and lock. And so basically they got served, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then they had to step down because they couldn't fade that heat.
Yep.
What's going on? What's happened to this?
And then I put my helmet back on the shelf, and everything was fine.
So
swing at you for 7.
Azor's Charm would be really good here.
Yeah.
What's in Brett's hand, do you know?
Magic Gathering cards?
Upwards of 4 of them, it looks like.
Pieces of cardboard shaped in rectangles. Chat has died down.
Well, it's because we lost half of them because I crashed the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Oh, your FNM got snowed out.
I got an email on my phone saying that you went live again, so I figured you crashed.
Yeah, I did. Well, I feel especially bad about it too because I was, much like I always do, I was getting like overly worked up because the people in the chat were like screaming about it, and then I just crashed it. I don't know what happened.
So this will buy Swan enough time to get to 6, and then ultimate, and then he can turn around and start. Oh, and favorable wins too, just for the rub-ins.
Intangible Virtue. So all of his tokens are now 3 power.
Is that a Detention Scare in hand? Did you see that?
I did not see that. Because
on the screen. I can't tell.
It's a glacial fortress.
Alright, so he has 3 creatures right now. He's going to ultimate Soren next turn. If the board state stays like this, well, he'll go down a creature. So he'll have 5 creatures, and he can swing with a...
Sublime Archangel?
Well, no, it'll have Summoning Sickness.
But something will swing with the triggers.
The Vampire...
So what does he need here?
3/3 plus 5. It'll be an
He needs an O-ring, right?
So Logan took 6, right?
Logan took... He's down to 15.
Or no. Favorite one doesn't pump it.
Yeah, it does.
He took 5.
It doesn't pump
the
vampires.
And Brett gained 2.
He did?
It's a lifelinker.
It is.
Lifelink.
Well, I forget that the Shapeshifter has lifelink.
Shapeshifter.
Do you know what that Changeling token is from? What card?
Something in Norway. I don't know.
He's giving it
this time last
trample?
Killing Soren here. Is that what's going on?
Or is he winning the game?
He's killing Soren.
Look at this. This hot stuff.
Logan has lived pretty well here off the top of his deck. Sublime Archangel and...
Off the top of his what?
Deck.
Okay.
And the giving Sublime Trample can brace. Add that to the list. I've called him Brent, Brat, Brace. I called him something else too.
How many times did you call me Scotty during my match?
Once.
Once?
Yeah, it was low. Usually it's every time.
Swing with this guy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
And yeah, we did already draw for the rock, paper, scissors.
Why does he only go down to... Oh, because of lifelink. Yeah, we did draw for rock, paper, scissors. The winner this week was Eric Heft. And the winner of the oversized promo card was Samuel Kintesper. Or Kinstever.
Oh, Logan, what are you doing, sir? That is a bad trade.
Did he chump block?
He chump blocked. Which will still give Brett the life and make his damage less. Typical and tapped.
I think he's just trying to survive here.
I think you have to erase at this point, don't you?
He can't win the race. Well, that lifelink's just going to negate everything he does.
Well, Midnight Haunting
This
is...
game is...
2, 6, 2, 3, 3s.
This game's over. He's
double block the Angel.
I do no blocks.
No blocks.
And then just kill him on the crackback.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he's at 14.
He's at 9.
I forget how good those tokens are from Sorin in the Anthem deck.
Oh, Brett.
Well, he couldn't have won because I keep forgetting that Favorable Winds doesn't pump
Oh,
the
yeah. I would just be cheap.
Another example of how the players playing the deck are more familiar with their cards than we are. How about if you have more Favorable Winds? Attack for just 4, right?
Yep. Can that be the official? I think that's the official attack with vigilant creatures.
What? Yeah, you just shove it. It's also like you're doing some kind of working the 1s and 2s or turntable if you're a DJ. Wicket.
Let's hoping that wasn't something sexual.
Work on the 1s and 2s. Oh man.
It's too old. It's too much.
How about now?
Sorry.
How about now?
Oh.
You won't even shake his hand. You won't even let him concede.
No concession.
He doesn't die. Fake out concession from Logan.
No, Logan was threatening the backslap.
But to be fair, Logan does survive, and if he draws a card that isn't in his deck list, he might win. Logan is very animated. There's the real one. What did he draw? Sigarda. Sigarda not good enough, because any creature with power 1 or greater would do it for Brett. So congratulations to Brett. He moves to 3-0. Oh, he can draw in, guys. So tonight's a top. Is tonight a top 4 or top 8? What's the point at which you have a top 4?
I don't know.
I think it's still top 8.
Still top 8?
I think it's still top 8.
It's like the NHL playoffs then. Like half the teams make the top 8. There was a period of time is there any chance that there's still a match going on?
Check.
Yeah, you can check.
This guy's still playing.
Yeah, if they're in there in between.
Yeah.
But there was a point at which, at the old shop, where there was a certain amount of complaints from people that basically from the guy who would go 4-0, but because his breakers weren't as good, he would get second place. Because the old shop, we used to have 4-round tournaments award packs based on record. So they decided, well, let's have actual top 8 so we can have actual winners.
Right.
But the problem is you only run a 3-round tournament. So basically, like, we would just, like, win the first 2 rounds, then draw in. You just win, draw. All right, so Jonathan Wright has stepped outside. He is going to attempt to find another match for us. I don't think there is one. Do want to bring this up. Did you see this today, Garrett?
We have 18 come out for our FNM tonight.
Again, we've talked about it early off the top, but we did have some considerable inclement weather here today, causing road problems. What's going on out there?
We're starting round 4 soon.
Okay, so we're going to round 4. But in the meanwhile, we'll talk about this. This is the latest spoiled. I did have this up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. This is the Judge promo for Swords of Plowshares. It's the only second time that Swords of Plowshares has been foiled. The FNM promo is currently about $100.
Yeah.
This one is an art of a guy with swinging a sword and then morphing into a guy swinging a hoe. Do you want to make that joke, or do you want me to? Or do we just want to let it simmer?
Is she nappy-headed?
No, that's inappropriate. Inappropriate on so many. And the smallest seed of regret can bloom into redemption. It's a really good-looking art, I think.
Is there already a price on this?
I don't know if there is or not. That's an interesting thing here. Let's look at eBay. Someone was almost murdered out there. Thanks, JB. We're moving right along tonight, aren't we?
We are.
So round 4 pairings are already up.
Got a date?
I will check for the promo. I'll try to remember what the 4th thing I called Brett was.
I forgot. I brought this so you could give it away on stream tonight.
What is it? Free FedEx thing?
Door tag.
A door tag
tag
for FedEx delivery. All right. So you guys are playing. Jonathan, you're playing Anthony Alsobrook, and then Garrett, you're playing Mark Bias. I don't know who Mark Bias is. Anthony's the guy that works here. You know Anthony.
Yeah.
You may not know his last name was also Brooke.
Every time that she comes.
So those gentlemen are stepping outside to play in their next match. I'm going nowhere because I live in this broom closet. And hopefully the 75 dedicated viewers will stick with this. I'm going to go ahead and look up the